funnel building as a service, is that something you should get into, or is it a shiny object syndrome? Is it something that's kind of like, hey, in the sea of online business opportunities, this is like either an upward trend or is it dying out and is it too late? Like all these questions that you might have is if you're swimming around looking for the next boat. You know, Warren Buffett says it's not about how hard you row, but it's the boat you're in. So what's the vehicle you're in to get to your financial goal in 2023 and beyond? So my name is Gusten. For those of you who don't know, I've built funnels for people like Brunson, Tony Robbins, Graziosi, Kiyosaki, like a lot of big people, big brands, and people always ask me like, did you do that? Like, how do you get clients? Like all these things. So we're gonna talk about how I got those clients and how I even last month got 10 different clients, and we're working on these projects, and it's like, it's fun, it's like exciting and all these things. But as I talk about it, people have questions about like, okay, but you have this personal brand right now. Like they make it almost like an excuse, like it's easy for you to get clients, but we're too late. We're starting now. Would you still recommend this? So first of all, one of the things that I look at is, websites versus funnels. And I don't think that you can just say, oh, nobody needs a website or everyone needs a funnel. It's going to depend on the client and the business and the industry and all these, different things. But just to give you an example, like, I recently went to the dentist to fix like a hole I had in my teeth, and I saw this ad. Actually, my wife saw this ad. She showed it to me. I'm like, hey, it's $49 to book an appointment with them to see what's wrong if there's pain in these things. So I booked a meeting with them. I went in. It was $49, and then at the meeting with them, they're like, hey, you have a hole here, and like they did the scan and things like that. I think it ended up costing me like $100-$200 because it's Finland. It's pretty cheap compared to other places. And so they're like, hey, these are the solutions we have. These are the different offers we have. So I'm like, wait a minute. I just went through a funnel. It didn't look like an internet marketing funnel. It didn't feel like I was being sold or highly pressured. It was just a sales process from someone who had a pain to having different solutions to, choose between. So I said, man, people think that sales funnels is, either dead or just for internet marketers, like, hey, a webinar, but webinars are dead, so, I'm not going to use it. Or they think I have to be this massive genius to even step into that arena and build these funnels for clients. And I can't do that because I'm not good enough. I don't have an education. Like I don't have limiting belief, all these voices. So what I noticed was if we can just explain what it is really well, people can understand, okay, like I can do that, So for an example, a good friend of mine, Jonathan, he's in the office here. He's in e-commerce. He's sold millions of dollars in e-commerce, and now people are asking him, how did he do it? Like, how do you find winning products and all these different things? So I said, hey, I can build you a course funnel. Like, you can just film your videos, kind of what you're doing with Shopify and Facebook ads and all these things, how you find the product. And that's what he's done. He set up a room in the office, got a camera and nothing fancy, just like film the course start to finish, how he's done what he's done. I just put together a course funnel for him, like copy. We used AI to do market research and do the draft of the copy. Then I went in and added my own stuff to it. We did the branding, a light and dark version of it, like all these things to build out a course funnel within like a week or two. So now it's live. We literally launched it yesterday. And so now I was a part of that as a funnel builder for him. I didn't charge him. He's my friend. And I'm like, hey, I don't need your money. I just maybe is this a good case study for my course, full-time funnel design. So that was more like documentation for me, but the reason I say all of this, like it wasn't like complicated. I just listened to him, kind of like what you're selling. Oh, it's a course about this. Okay, that's the modules. And like from there, I worked backwards to write the copy for it. Like, why do people want this? Okay, like what is even e-commerce, and like explaining that and like all these things. And so we had like a fully functioning funnel, and now he can launch it and he can help more people. So when you look at, let's say it's an author who has a book, they come to you and they're like, how can I sell more books? And, what's the right funnel for that? Actually, just a quick side note, we just added a certification program to FFD because of this reason, because I ask all the questions, like if a client come to you, what is the right funnel you would offer to them? And like all the details so that you can, what is you're building funnels for yourself or for other people, like you'll know the funnel type, the funnel strategy that goes into the offer creation, and then we have copywriting and funnel design and automation, like all those things, making you an expert in 30 days instead of having to go to a college, spend 4 years, maybe learn something about marketing, maybe have a SWOT plan. Is that what they call? Anyways, long story short, I digress. So with that, an author, you would just build a sales page to sell a book. And then if someone wants to learn more from them, you could have a one-on-one sort of access to the author to ask questions as an upsell. Hey, I'm willing to spend more for more access. That is a sales page with another option to add something. Just like in e-commerce, you want to buy, a phone, they might say, hey, do you also want this case? Do you also want the wireless charger? Do you also want this with your order? Sales funnels aren't complicated, and with the growing, the increase in e-commerce and people shopping from home. In fact, I told my friend Jonathan, who's in e-commerce, I said, I see e-commerce growing fast because I used to maybe get one package per month. I don't buy a lot of stuff online, but now at least like every week I have 2 packages coming home. And so probably half of those are my wife's stuff, but still it's like, okay, we're buying more online. And so people are learning more online. They're connecting with people in communities online, like all these different things are happening. So with that, every single business owner needs ways to communicate their message online, right? So if they're selling a service, the funnel would just be centered around the message leading to how they sell it. If they sell in person, it's like, hey, book a call, come into the office, or book a meeting in our office. If they're selling a product that you can download, then it's like, hey, here's the order form, here's how much it is, here's everything you get, and it automatically adds them to the product. If it's a digital template or download, you redirect them after they purchase to click download. And all these different things, which, isn't that complicated when you think about it. So yes, sales funnels are still on the rise. It is not too late to get in. If you want to learn everything yourself, it can be hard because you don't have any references, you don't have any case studies, any examples. But building funnels as a business is still it's so new. If we have, let's say 1,000 people doing it or 5,000 people doing it, but we have 5 million businesses who need you right now. They're willing to pay you right now. They're going somewhere else. If they're not paying you, they're paying someone else. So why not you, right? It's because probably you haven't either seen the opportunity, you haven't taken the time to learn the skills to do so. And what's funny is people think, now to kind of where I was mentioning about me getting 10 clients in a month, people think that you have to make fancy YouTube videos. Now I need the studio because otherwise I'm not an authority. That's not true. You just need a portfolio and a profile. When you have a profile, you can go into other groups and build and sort of congregate your own community from what other people have already built. Even my community, you can go in there and add them as friends. Then on your news feed, you can post whatever you want, right? And then if you don't have funnel clients as examples in your portfolio, then you can build a template that I give you, and you can just redesign it, make it custom and everything, and say, hey, here's what I designed, I can redesign yours. You start from redesigning, and then you can do custom work, and then you can do consulting, and then you can sell templates, and people ask for a course. And you're on a journey, you're on day 1, but in 5 years from now, 3 years from now, you'll be the go-to, and you'll be the expert, you'll be the one with the personal brand, with authority, credibility. People will not only pay you $1,000, but 10,000 because the skills that you stacked over the last few years. So hopefully that's helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. We also have linked to everything, all the resources and stuff in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.